Hi friends, and welcome back. In 1899, Louisa is returning back home to England on a boat from her uncle's funeral, where she has learned that things are not quite as they seemed. And she has to now think about what she's going to do. She's not destitute, but certainly her future is not quite what she was expecting. So she has to think about making other arrangements now, as her uncle has not told her what was going on. And on the boat, on this journey, she happens to meet a man, and they strike up a little friendship. They just have a conversation about life, the universe, and everything. And they part, and that's it. She goes home, and she doesn't really ever expect to see him again. But a few weeks later, she receives a parcel which contains this journal. And it is a gift. He says he found it in Siam on one of his travels, and he would like her to have it. And there is also a letter in which he offers her a job, a post as a travelling assistant. And he says that he is a scientist and that his work is private. Now, we know what his work is because we know the title of the video. But she doesn't, and he kind of keeps her in the dark about this. And what he doesn't tell her also is that there are people after him because of his technology. And so there are certain things that, requirements that he lays out in the letter about travelling under different names and things like this. The reason that he wants an assistant is that he needs somebody to keep the books, the accounts, and pay the bills and buy tickets and make travel arrangements, so that he can concentrate more on his work. So I'm going to start showing you the journal. If you would like to know more about the backstory, the letter that he has written her is available to read in full on my website. If you go to the gallery page, and there's a section called Concept Journals, and then you will see the title of this particular journal, The Time Traveller's Assistant. And it will actually kind of make a lot more sense what's in the journal if you were to read the letter, but it's really, really long, so I don't want to give it all to you now. Plus my battery is running out, so I'm going to try and make this a quick video. So to show you the charms, I have lots of kind of Eastern things going on. There's a Turkish coffee pot, there's that nice brass bell, some faux ivory and beads and bells and little ivory elephant kind of tribal thing going on. This one came out nice. This is a camel and I've put some bells on it, and it kind of looks like the baskets that he's carrying. And a dangly one. And this is very, very beautiful silk noil, which I got from Claire at HopeJacare on Etsy, so I'll link her. She doesn't have any the same at the moment because I was trying to get some more, but she does have very, very beautiful things. And so it's a wrap over soft cover, and so let's put this side, and it's one of those 3-section, it's like 2 journals wrapped over. So I think I'll show you this section first. So this is what she uses to keep account of things that she needs to keep account of. So there's lots of ephemera, there's some original old receipts there. There's lots of charts and tide tables and things like that, kind of travel stamp type stuff. And that just goes like that. This next page is where she keeps different postage stamps. As they travel around, she keeps stamps from different countries. There's a nice Chinese one. There's lots of ledger papers. Lots of journaling and cards, lots of kind of officey type things, this section. There's luggage labels, there's travel timetables, and more ephemera. More bits and pieces in here, more charts in there. Sorry guys, but my battery is really low. This quote from Tesla: "Every living being is an engine geared to the willwork of the universe. Though seemingly affected only by its immediate surrounding, the sphere of external influence extends to infinite distance." I think that's a super cool steampunk one to use. Some original tickets, lots of ephemera in here. This is a lovely photograph that I thought was quite unusual for Victorian era, to find one that's not posed. There's a theatre pamphlet that she's kept. So this section just ties up like that. And here, so pocket there on the front. Oops, sorry, I've got tangled. Some stuff in here, stuff in here, and a lot of this is going to make more sense if he were to read the letter. And I'm thinking it might look a little bit disjointed otherwise, but totally up to you guys. And in that section there's more stuff there. There's made a punched out ticket. There's 2 pockets there. Some muslin behind the brad. Looks quite cool. Some index cards in here. This section is a really beautiful map printed on very thick paper. It's like a reproduction that I found in an old vintage atlas. And in here, again, lots of ephemera and calendars and postage rates and things like this. This is a really thick pocket. It has a, I've done with a gusset on the side. And I think that's not going to behave unless I tie it up. Okay. And just move on to this section quickly as possible. And so this side is really the more of the original journal that he sent. Some eco dyes with the more Eastern feel. I had to do several takes of this video, so I'm afraid what happens is that I get mixed up what I've said in which one. So I don't know if I've left something out because I've said it in the last video, or if I'm repeating myself because I've said it in this video. So I do apologise. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale from Hans Christian Andersen. I'll just leave that there for now. So the client who requested this wanted something that reminded her of her origins in Turkey, although she lives in the West now. So she wanted an element of that, along with she liked the steampunk journal, so I was thinking of a way to marry the two together, and so that's the reason why this story has kind of developed. The steampunk being the time travel side, and this side being like the Silk Road, that was the journal that she liked originally. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. I've done some painting with watercolours and gold leafing. Various different types of decoration, lots of stenciling and some lovely Moroccan tile patterns there. I've done some gold rubbing on there, and inked papers and lots of plant transfers, some handmade paper, some original sketches where Louisa has made little notes, some trading prices, there's some notes of how she's beginning to piece things together of what's going on with her employer. So the idea is that she actually travels around the world with him because he needs to be in certain places. This is an original painting, but she doesn't actually time travel with him. So he keeps that side secret from her. So yes, and so the client was saying that she would like some sort of curiosity angle again. So that's why we went to the old curiosity shop and I mean, it's not steampunk, but the curiosity side of that journal. And I don't know if you guys might remember me talking about our old friend here, Dustmaker, and that I didn't know anything more about him and why he would be in a Western studio. Well, one of our viewers made a comment on the Steampunk Journal about some of the history behind that photograph, and it's absolutely fascinating. It's really, really interesting. So what I've done is pinned that comment. I'm really sorry, I've forgotten your name for now. But it was really kind of her. She's done some research on it. So if any of you guys are interested in learning more, it makes for very interesting reading. So I've pinned it. You'll find it as the first comment on the Curiosity Shop journal. What's past is prologue. That's another Shakespeare quote that features in the letter. And what happened was I had a bit of technical difficulty over the last couple of weeks, so this journal has actually been ready for quite some time, but I wasn't able to do the video and send it off yet. So this video, when you see this, you will also see another one come out quite soon, because I've got two journals ready and waiting. This is painting, and this is gold calligraphy, and then I'm actually halfway through the third journal, so it's kind of all or nothing. So you'll see three journals quite close together after a very, very long gap, so I'm sorry about that. And if the battery happens to go before I've finished, thank you guys for watching. I won't do the video again, I might just leave the end off. He wishes for the cloths of heaven. There's that beautiful poem. Some silk trims. Some vintage postcards. A German something or another. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. So this is Louisa starting to piece things together about her employer. And in here, this section, so this is the letter, and there's some, she has kept the original letter that he sent, and she's done some embroidery over the envelope. And there's a wax seal, and I've written the letter here on beautiful Japanese paper, which is so thin. So that's the back. So you can see how thin it is. And there's 15 sheets, so you can see how long it is as well, and that's why I'm not reading it for the video. But 15 sheets of paper fit in this envelope. That Japanese paper is amazing. But as I said, I think I said earlier that it's available on my website to read. And this is one of her passports. So she has to travel under the name Anna as a first name, but they change their second names and they travel as brother and sister. And this passport you may have seen on my Instagram if you follow me there. And it has some very beautiful, look at that stamp, that Chinese stamp is gorgeous. It has scans from an old Swedish passport that I have and some just mixed in other bits and pieces. This is a Chinese map that I've just stuck in the back. So let's see, so there's that one, and then there's this one, very similar, not exactly the same. So that's the French version that she travels under. And of course you can use these as a lovely little notebook. There's pages with writing, space pages with decoration. So, or you can even stick extra pages if you wanted. The digital is available on my website if you're interested. There are 2 little spare passport photos. There's some blueprints from the research that she helps him with, and that's her original photograph. This is a photograph of him that she keeps secretly. There's a pressed flower and a beautiful vintage handkerchief. Just here is some medicines and homeopathic remedies, which will also make more sense if you were to read the whole story. Well, actually, I mean, it's not the whole story, it's part of the story. There is a whole story in my head, but the letter explains a lot more, and it kind of, you have to fill in the blanks. So that's there, and that goes like that, and that fastens quite securely with that button. So I hope that you have enjoyed playing with me today and our little journey into the East. And so as I say, there will be another video quite soon, which is a book themed journal, and quite soon after that also there will be a further one. So thanks guys for watching and for your patience with me. I will see you soon. Bye.